Hi, welcome again today. We want to thank you for joining us. If this is your first time of watching our channel, we encourage you to subscribe, share, and like our videos. You can distribute this to your network. For our loyal subscribers, we want to thank you for staying with us, and we hope today is another day. We're going to focus on a very extremely important part. If you are someone who you're already in the process of studying and you're finishing soon, or you just started and you want to know things ahead of time, then this is the video for you. If you are still in the stage where you are making decisions, this is still the video for you. Today we're going to talk about the dissertation preparation, thesis preparation, if you want to call it that way, for online degree programs. How do you prepare for your dissertation? How do you prepare for to submit that final paper of yours? Basically, I think we did a video already about what a dissertation is and how that works in an online environment. But today we're going to give you the steps and what happens after you're done with the theoretical part. Let's say your program is 2 years. In most cases, you are done with the theoretical work, and now you have to submit that paper, which you know more than anyone else. Just so to say, you know the details about what you're going to write about, how that will influence the global economy or the social space. Whatever research you're going to be focusing on depends on the program that you are in. Now we're looking at this decision steps. How does that work? How is it coordinated? Now, once you are finished, in most universities, the format may be a little bit different, but in most cases will be the same. Say 80% of the time, they will follow this format. As a virtual learning environment, once you're finished with your theoretical part, you will be assigned an academic a dissertation advisor, so to say. The dissertation advisor or the thesis advisor will work with you throughout. The things you will be covering with them, they may be in whatever location, but they are responsible to build your capacity, to support you, to provide you with guidance as to the topic that you are going to select. So they will help you with research guidelines, research proposals, the kind of framework, how you want to kind of lay that down. This dissertation advisor or thesis advisor would help you, will guide you through the entire thing. This will be through emails. You're going to be exchanging lots of emails together. And also, until you come to an agreed topic where whatever happened, I mean, you make a decision that this is the topic you want to write about. Of course, you should have enough research materials in place. This will be a topic for another day. We're going to do a video to let you know what to do to prepare ahead of time to simplify your dissertation or your thesis submission. We will do something about that. That's a very important one. Now, once you've come to an agreement on the particular topic that you're going to write about, then you have a chance to work with him to come up with your research questions, the frame that you want to use, how do you apply that context into the theoretical part, into the practical application. You come to an agreement with him or her, and he say, yes, okay, you can move on with this whole thing. It looks okay. Then you can start producing your own work. Now, after agreeing with the research questions and the methodology that will be used, you also have a chance to start submitting your work in phases. So the dissertation may be for 6 months period or 9 months, depending on how soon that's needed. And you start submitting your work in phases. You submit that gradually. I think should be every 2 months or every quarter. You are submitting information to him or her. He's going to review all of that and see how that fits into the context of a proper work, and to make sure that you are not copying or using someone else's research. So it's so important. Another thing where you're going to come up here with working with your dissertation advisor or thesis advisor, if that sits well with you, will be the draft, right? You keep sending the draft to him. You're sending the draft to her. She's reviewing that back and forth with you, giving you suggestions. It's a strenuous process for those who have been through that procedure. You just have to stay strong, provide them information. Remember, you're going to be producing extra information. They are learning through that process. Maybe they've never researched that particular area. They will be learning through that process. Your research advisor or dissertation advisor as well may be working in a particular industry or in a particular area. And if you are lucky enough to be researching something closest to that, they may be suggesting to you. There is a particular way that they say this. If you submit your work and they will look at it and cross-check it, kind of just cancel a lot of stuff there and send it back to you. In that way, they are trying to kind of see you the level at which you can be patient through this process. They will be using words like, I remember my dissertation advisor in a master's program that I did in the UK always tell me, I mean, that was a respectful way to tell me that if I were you, this is what I was going to do. If I were you, this is what I'm going to do. If I were you, this is what I was going to do. So it's a respectful way to tell you that this is nonsense that you're writing, that this is unacceptable, that this cannot go through the academic ladder. So stuff like that. So they may use different words. So you need to just stay strong in that part. Another thing you should know also is after you've put all these little pieces together and it comes to having shape now for you to submit whatever methodology you agree to use on, the full work is there. Remember, if you are starting with a UK institution, you must do this. It's a tradition in the United Kingdom. So you definitely, if it's a bachelor's degree, it's a master's, doctoral degree, you're definitely going to go through this. And you need to be very patient with this whole process. Now, once you've put together the entire work, you submit to them. The next phase then will be to submit this to the dissertation committee. They will approve, your advisor will approve it, and then it will be handed over to the dissertation committee that will sit and look into your work. They will scrutinize it to see if you were spending time getting information from the internet or looking at other people's research. All of these things will be scrutinized, and hopefully you go through that. If there is something wrong, the dissertation may be pushed back, and your advisor will tell you, hey, you need to fix this, you need to fix that, you need to fix this. So you may be like 1 month to go and you feel like, oh, everything is done. All of a sudden, he or she comes back and tell you this is not correct. After doing that, once you submit it again, let's say everything is super fine this time around, then what happens is the committee sits again and review everything and say, okay, this student is good to go. They've added some academic knowledge. They've done enough research. They are mastered in their own sector in the economy or in the industry, or they've basically contributed a little bit more. In that part, your dissertation will be approved. And once it's approved, you have a chance of having your grade in that part. So once the grade is affixed to your dissertation, then that will be put together with the entire gradings you've been having for the theoretical part you've been studying for the past 1 year, and then you come out with a complete degree. Then you have an approval, and then you have an overall stamp. So that's how it works. So very quickly with online learning, it's basically the same. You'll be appointed a dissertation advisor or a thesis advisor who works with you, support you through the methodology process, provide you guidance, will review your work, send it back to you, you send it back to him, back and forth, just like that. So you're going to be very patient. And once that is done, they will submit to the dissertation committee and they will look at your work. In the course of them doing that, they'll be checking your work via turning in to make sure that there's no plagiarism in what you were doing and stuff like this. So you just have to stay strong, focus on your work, focus on your project. We just mentioned that we're going to be doing an extra video in the future to talk entirely about where you can access your dissertation materials. So that's basically how it works, the dissertation preparatory stage for you to submit your master's or bachelor thesis when you study online. That's how the online degree works. So we hope this information, if this information was helpful or useful for you, for those who are already studying now, who want to know things ahead of time, for those who are in the process, or for those who are anticipating to make a decision to start, we hope that this information here will be of great importance to you, and you can use this to make an informed decision. Thanks again for watching. If we've inspired you with this particular content, we advise you to click the like button and also share our videos to your network. Hopefully, we can join you again next time to our next video and to help you proceed with your career. Thank you for joining, and we wish you good luck, and we are looking forward to meeting you again. Bye-bye.